So you want to know what's behind the desk of the world's most powerful mob boss? Well, I guess it doesn't hurt to let you in on a little secret. Welcome back, gang. It's me. Welcome to my channel and behind the desk, where today we are sitting at the desk of fictional characters. Today we are going to find out what's behind the desk of Hannibal Lecter. That's right. One of the most evil geniuses in all of fiction is gone. Nah, he's sitting down with us for a little bit as we look through his office. But don't worry, you can breathe easy tonight because he's not going to escape from custody or anything. He's just here for a quick visit, so let's get into it. The first thing I notice when I enter the room is that this man has tastes, impeccable tastes. The walls are lined with some of the most beautiful art I have ever seen. Now, I do want to know if this is something he picked himself or if it was done by the production designers, but these pieces really do a number on me. If I had to guess, though, I'd say Hannibal did pick these out himself. You know, considering he's a brilliant psychiatrist and an amazing chef, it makes sense. He'd also have an eye for art. And speaking of chefs, there's a nice collection of cookbooks sitting on the shelf behind him. I wonder what kind of recipes he makes. I bet they're amazing. Or maybe he only sticks to people. Maybe it's mostly people. I don't know. But moving away from the art, we have a clock on the wall. Nothing too fancy, but it's interesting to note that it is set to military time. This is probably just another nod towards Hannibal's military past, but honestly it feels like a subtle hint towards his ticking clock. Get it? Tick-tock, time to die. All right. Moving on, we have a globe on his desk with a knife sticking out of it. I don't think that globe is actually real. I mean, I hope it's not real. That would be messed up. I would imagine this is just a decoration, though. Just a cool one, I'll admit. Next, we've got a few framed pictures on the desk. We've got one of Hannibal and a woman who I assume is his wife, although we never really learned much about her other than her name being Bella. Then there's a picture of Hannibal with two kids, presumably his and Bella's kids. Honestly, it's creepy to see this considering what we know about Hannibal Lecter. It feels wrong. Like I should know that this man is capable of such evil things while looking at a picture of him holding a child. I don't know why. It's like seeing a teddy bear holding a chainsaw. Something about it just feels wrong. And then the last picture is of Hannibal with another man. I believe this is the chief of police, who eventually ends up working with Hannibal. Moving on from the pictures, we've got an anatomy chart hanging on the wall behind Hannibal. I don't really need to say much about this. It's pretty simple. If you're gonna put an anatomy chart in your office, I feel like it should be for the brain. You know, you could do heart, lungs, whatever. But if you're gonna choose one organ to focus on, it should be the brain. After all, Hannibal uses his brain for everything. It's how he gets the job done. And speaking of getting the job done, there are a few filing cabinets in the room. They're filled with case files, no doubt containing the information of people that Hannibal Lecter has helped catch criminals, but also people he has killed. I wonder if there's any way to decipher between the two sets of files. I mean, obviously the names of the victims would be in the murder files. But do the other ones contain their names too? Or does Hannibal keep those people's identities hidden even after they're dead? It's probably just more work for the FBI to sift through. Next, we've got a lovely bottle of wine sitting on the desk. It looks expensive. I would imagine Hannibal picks out his wine very carefully. He's probably quite the connoisseur. And hey, I did unserved prison time for 8 years just to come back and not enjoy a nice bottle of wine. Am I right? Yeah. Okay. Now let's move on to the main attraction. What is behind that big old desk? Well, to start off, we have a beautiful view of the city. You can see the lights twinkling in the distance. It's actually a really nice view, which kind of contrasts against the whole vibe of the character that sits behind this desk. You know, this man is pure evil, and he is able to sit back and relax and take in the beauty of the night sky. It's a little unnerving. Now let's talk about the desk accessories. We've got a nice pen holder with a few pins in it. I would imagine Hannibal picks out his stationery very carefully. Probably chooses specific pens. He's just that type of guy. There's also a letter opener on the desk, which I'm sure has been used many times in the past. I would imagine it's not just for opening letters, if you know what I mean. There's also a phone on the desk. Of course, this is the 1980s, so it's a rotary phone, which is just fitting considering the rotary style of killing that this man enjoys so much. But it isn't just a regular rotary phone. No, sir. This is a special, very expensive phone that can contact international lines. After all, Hannibal often travels abroad, usually somewhere where the FBI won't be able to find him. So I can see him calling ahead to a new location, making sure everything is set up before he arrives. On the far left side of the desk, there's a microphone and headphones. These were used for Hannibal to communicate with the FBI. Usually, when he was helping them track down serial killers, he chatted with them over the phone as they investigated. A strange use of a microphone and headphones. But I guess it works. I do wonder if Hannibal picked these out himself, or if they were issued to him by the FBI. Probably issued. I would imagine the FBI wants to keep track of who he's talking to. And then finally, there's a typewriter on the desk. I would imagine Hannibal does a lot of writing during the course of his day. He probably writes to his victims sometimes, before they meet. Or he might write reports on his time spent with the FBI. Either way, it's a very old-fashioned desk with modern conveniences. It is perfect for a man who likes to live in the past while still having access to the technology of the present. There's a lot of darkness behind this desk, that's for sure. But I think that's all we get for today's episode of Behind the Desk. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please hit like and subscribe for more content. Also, if there's a desk you'd like to see featured in an episode, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time on Behind the Desk.